Piecewise functions, guided practice example number 2. So I want to write an equation of this parabola and this linear line. Notice this is open circle and this is closed. I can see that the vertex occurs at +4, +5. And I want to find one other good intersection point, and you can always use this endpoint. In this case, it is 6, 1. Now, just like guided practice example number 1, I'm going to start with y equals a, x subtract some quantity plus some quantity. Inside, I'm going to replace those question marks with the x and the y coordinates on the vertex. This was a +4. When it goes in, it's always the opposite symbol, so it's x subtract 4. And then back is a +5. Now we need to determine the a value. Once you have one good intersection point, you can always use this end. 6, 1. 6 is going to go in for x, and 1 will replace the y. Six minus 4 is 2, and 2 squared is 4. Now to solve for a, I'm going to start by subtracting 5 to both sides. Divide both sides by 4, and -1 equals a. So the equation of the parabola would be y equals -1 x minus 4 quantity squared plus 5. This linear line, we want to see where does it cross through the y-intercept. So let's first figure out what is the slope. It appears to go down 2 over 1, down 2 over 1, down 2 over 1. So here we go, up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1, and although it looks like I'm going to run off the graph here, I think I can still figure it out. So up 2 over 1. Let's see where I am right now. So I'm at 5. Okay, I'm at 5 right now. I go up 2 over 1. So I'm at 7 for a height. Okay, go up 2 over 1. I'm at 9 for a height. Up 2 over 1. I would be at 11. So I have a y-intercept of 11. And we're just going to make sure that's correct. And now this slope, you always look from left to right when you identify the slope. So from left to right, we can see that this is moving downward. So it has a negative slope, and it's because it's down 2, right 1, down 2, right 1, down 2, right 1. You're welcome just to write -2. Now let's make sure that is correct. So let's plug in a point like an x value of 6. An x value of 6 for this equation should give us a y value of -1. Let's make sure we did that right. If I plug in 6, -2 times 6 is -12, and -12 plus 11 is -1. This has a y value of -1 and an x value of 6. This does work. Okay, now I need to come up with what are the parameters for these two equations. So let's first see where do they start and stop, and it's at an x value of 6. So we can see that this parabola occurs to the left of this dotted line, so it's less than 6, and because this is an open circle, I leave it as just a less than inequality symbol. This linear line has a closed dot, so its x is greater than or equal to 6. Again, think of this as an arrow. It's saying this linear line should go to the right, correct? And think of this as an arrow. It says this parabola should go to the left of this line.